Hello, my artistic enchiladas. Today, I'm going to be doing my first ever Q&A. Now, usually people do this whenever they reach milestones like subscriber counts or just doing something. I don't know. I wanted to do this because I feel like there's a lot of people who always ask me questions and I can never get around to asking them, or they do and I just don't have time. I just don't want to answer for some reason. But I decided, hey, might as well use this time wisely and reply to as many as I can by doing a Q&A. So, a couple weeks ago, I think it was a couple weeks ago, I asked you guys for your questions and I'm going to answer them. So, I don't even know how many I have, but you have quite a bit. I will do another one eventually, but yeah. Alright, let's do this. So, the first question is coming from Anti-X Dragon Slayer. How did I create Sammy Scales? So, so a while back, I was sitting on my bed just thinking to myself, I don't have a proper OC. Now, I did have an original OC named Smash, but I decided to change it because he just felt too basic. He was basically just Bonnie with foxy ears and Chica hair, which is pretty much just Foxy because Foxy has hair already. Anyways, but so I sat down and I was just thinking to myself, ooh, I can make a lizard because they are my favorite animals. So I named him Landon the Lizard until I finally, one day, I decided to make him as an animatronic. And I got inspiration from the Chuck E. Cheese animatronics who named him Sammy Scales because of their core characteristics with the names and stuff. So that's when I changed it to Sammy Scales, and he was originally just gonna look like a regular bearded lizard, but it ended up looking like a chameleon, so it just stuck with that. And I mean, chameleons are one of my favorite lizards, so I think they are my favorite lizards, so it's kind of a good thing I ended up with the head shape it was. Mason Guyan asks me, how do I make hollow masks? And how do I put so much detail into my puppets? Now, honestly, okay, I don't want to say that I'm just like, I like to have so many details. I just feel like if I don't add the detail, it's gonna bug me that I didn't, so I kind of just have to do it. But probably, I want to save this next part for like a video I want to do, tips and tricks on how I make my puppets. Basically, how I make hollow, I'll still answer it, don't worry. But like basically how I do the hollow heads is that I basically just get the head frame. If I want the head to be removable, then I wrap it around the head frame that's already there. Then I basically just like add layers upon layers of material. Okay, so basically that's how I make it hollow, and then I wrap it around. And surprisingly, it actually holds together. If you glue two pieces of material together, it actually holds together really well. So that's what I do, and I probably will do a tips and trick video eventually on how I make my stuff. Mario Tuber asks, will I ever do tutorials on pipe cleaner puppets? Slash questions. Well, okay, if you're making a puppet with pipe cleaners, it's not a plushie. A plushie has to be soft and squishy. But honestly, yes, I will do a tutorial because it's really not hard at all. It does take some time because of all the wrapping with the pipe cleaners, but I will get around to that eventually. Anthony and Guyan, sorry if I said that wrong, asks me, will I ever do tutorial on my Plants vs. Zombies plushies? Maybe. I mean, I'm still planning on doing others in the future, so like I probably will get around to showing you how I make the zombie heads. But with the plants, I don't know. I still want to make Yeti Chomper, so maybe I could do a tutorial on the frame of Chomper because I still want to make that. And I don't know, I might, because like there's still a lot of other plants I want to make, like pops corn. I don't know. There's probably a few more cacti I want to make, and there's maybe like I don't know if there's another all-star I'm planning on making. There's quite a bit I still want to make, but I'm only making the ones that you guys requested all those years ago. Up Productions asks me, how would I describe Sammy's? So okay, yeah, I'm trying to go for an uncomfortable horror show, but honestly, I'm just because I can't access that much of the craziness I can do. I mean, I can pull it off, but I feel like my brain has just been realizing, hey, if gore is the main source of horror, but it's really not, honestly. I don't know why people think that's the source. So my brain's kind of stuck in that spot. So I mainly try to go for like, I don't want to go for body horror, but I do try my best to get like creepy visuals and just jump scares. Basically trying to do what the FNAF movie and like other rip-off movies did. But I don't think I'm pulling it off well. I'm trying to improve with season 2. So, because I actually did get a couple comments saying that people actually did get scared of season 2 so far, more than season 1, which is actually pretty good so far. DJ the Gamer asks, what is my most detailed puppet? I don't know. I have like 3. It's probably either Springtrap, maybe it could be Molten Freddy, or it's someone I don't know. I really don't know who my most detailed puppet could be. It might be either one of the Plants vs Zombies characters. Maybe Tennis Star, because he actually has solid details that could be added to him. Springtrap, I couldn't call him like my most detailed, but it could be him or Tennis Star or Molten Freddy. One of those three. It depends. I could probably do another one of those videos where I show off some certain sets of puppets. If you guys want me to do that, then I guess I could ask you guys who you think my most detailed is. But yeah, Nathan's World asks me what my least favorite FNAF game is and why. Now, this is a question I don't think I ever would have been asked, but if I were to choose a least favorite FNAF game, it would have to be Ultimate Custom Night. Okay, just to be clear, I don't hate any FNAF games. I literally love all of them. It's just a shame I can't play any of them. I would if I could, but I can't. But the Ultimate Custom Night it's like, I don't hate it because I'm not a big fan of it, because the only thing I really think is really cool about it is the challenge and the voice acting. Other than that, it's basically just like weird, like it's not a real scary game either. It's mostly just like one of the hardest games you can ever think of, and it's like, I don't know, I wish they would introduce more characters. Like, I'm glad they introduced Fredbear finally, but it took until the next game to introduce a new character such as Glitch, like a completely new character. I mean, I'm glad we've got to see a fixed Fredbear before, but I wish we saw more. I'm only saying purple because that name's way too long. They asked me, what is my first FNAF game and who's my favorite character from that game. So actually, this is pretty much just me getting exposed to FNAF in the first place, like ever. I was just going to my cousin's room one day, and her and one of my other cousins, me, him, and her went to her room, turned off all the lights. We were really young, and I didn't know what was going on. She was getting her computer, booting up FNAF 2, and I was like, oh, that's cool. She said it was a scary game. Obviously I got scared. But it was by Toy Bonnie. Big surprise. Everyone gets jump scared by him. But yeah, it was a weird experience, but I got into FNAF that day. But who my favorite character is from that game, it would have to be Withered Bonnie. I love all the Bonnies, I love all the Chicas, but yeah, that's basically how it goes. I mostly loved Bonnie in that one. I love all the characters in that game. They have this like very nice aesthetic, but Withered Bonnie stands out to me the most. Seem Bukamara, I am probably butchering that name right there. But they asked me, how do I make puppets so good? Okay, the thing is, I see a lot of people, they try to mimic other people's style, and they also just try to make theirs look the best. But honestly, I just do it. I don't try to make myself look better than anyone's, I just do it. I never look at reference pictures of anyone else's. I always just look at images, and I don't try to copy off from others. And that's the thing that kind of sucks about the puppet community. I love every single one of them, but really, they just always try to copy off of me, my friends, or one another. It really annoys me. I wish they had their own. I wish they would show their own style instead of trying to copy off of me. That's why I don't not the biggest fan of doing tutorials, because like I know you guys can do it. Everyone can be artistic. I've seen so many artistic people out there. They just don't choose to use what they have. Like, come on, guys. Like, stop trying to copy me. I know you can do it. Anyways, but yeah, I'm not saying like everyone. Oh, please, pity. You guys keep following my rules. No, I'm like, come on, guys. I'm pretty sure you can come with your own style. Like, I want to see someone just have like this chibi style, or like maybe like this ragdoll style. Like, just have this like your own look to it. Mine goes for like a plushie / like accurate look to the characters. But yeah, that's how I do it. I know 5. I missed the other 5. I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm butchering these names. Ask me what is my favorite puppet to make. I don't know. It's probably the Poppy Playtime or Plants vs Zombies characters. I don't know, because the Poppy Playtime characters are just so cool. And I have fun making them. I cannot freaking wait to make Catnap. And for Plants vs Zombies, they just like so many unique designs. Minus the zombies, they're pretty much just like almost practically the same. But it feels good when I get to when I make them and then I finally finish them. It feels worthy to just have that final product and just be like, cool. Novax asked me, what is my favorite type of puppets? So, I like all my puppets. This is a weird thing to say, but I actually kind of play with them sometimes. Because I actually have some autism, so like these guys are like my coping mechanism. So I have different have different like interests like all the time. It always switches around to either Godzilla, FNAF, Transformers. It's all over the place. But I would say at the moment it's FNAF. Because I just like the way the characters just look when they're standing around and all menacing and stuff. But it might switch to Transformers later or Poppy Playtime since Chapter 3 is coming out soon. But yeah, I think it's FNAF at the moment. Ian Cobb asked me, what was my first ever puppet? Okay, so if you guys are referring to plushies and puppets, it's okay. My first ever plushie was Bendy from Bendy and the Ink Machine. I don't have the same plush because it was made from Staples. Anyways, and then so I had to remake it. And then my first ever puppet was Radioactive Foxy from FNAF AR. And he doesn't really look that good. I mean, he doesn't look too bad, but he doesn't look as good as like my other puppets now. So yeah. Another question from DJ the Gamer. How long is the Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare series gonna go? I guess I never made this publicly, so I might as well just say it. There will be 4 seasons of Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare. So the first season was Garden Warfare 1. Season 2 is going to end in the next episode, with Season 3 starting as The Trials of Gnomes, which I'm not going to spoil anything, but it will involve the gnomes and a lot of like craziness. It's going to be kind of a crazy one. There's not going to be too much like Garden Warfare between the Plants and Zombies that season. I know you guys are going to probably say something about that, but you guys are acceptable with some of the decisions I make. But then season 4 will be Battle for Neighborville. That's where the series will end off, unless they whip out Garden Warfare 3. Then yeah, if they ever whip out Garden Warfare 3 when the series ends, then yeah. But if the series is over and Garden Warfare 3 happens, I don't know, because I'm planning on ending the series on Battle for Neighborville. But yeah, I don't want to revive it if it ended good. And the final question from today is coming from Silly Lolbit, saying, where do I get my materials from? So, okay, I know everyone gets their materials at Michael's. That's where mostly people get their pipe cleaners and like glue and stuff. But when I get my fleece and like the foam for the teeth and like most of the stuff, accessories, whatnot, I all get it from Joann's, which is going to be kind of hard to do now because my Joann's is closing, which sucks. So I have to drive like 30 minutes to my next Joann's if I want to get it, or I could just order it online. But whatever. Anyways, that is all for today for the Q&A. Thank you guys so much for watching. Submit more questions. I'm gonna get back to working on episode 3 of Sammy Scales Banquet, and look forward to that soon. And then after that, I'll probably do the next puppet ranking. Hopefully I can get around to that because I'm getting lazy. And I am off from school. By the time you're watching this, I am off from school. And look forward to better uploads. I don't know about that, but it's going to be 3 weeks of me, no school. Hopefully I'll be more active. Goodbye.